Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of FitChat. And it is a very special one because it's our last one of the year. 2025 is coming to an end, and we are rolling right into 2026. So, for our final FitChat together this year, I thought, what better way than to talk about cocktails or mocktails? Because it's the holiday season, and there are a lot more social gatherings coming up. Maybe it's with family, friends, whatever it may be. And at those events, those functions, there is a 99.9% chance that there will be alcohol or some type of cocktails, maybe even mocktails. So we're going to talk about today the difference between the two and when to choose cocktails and when to choose mocktails. And this session is educational only, and it is not to it's not to provide medical or financial advice. So just know that. But we're going to start off today by testing your knowledge. Okay. So see if you can answer this question. What percentage of US adults report drinking alcohol in the past month? The answers are A, 51.7%, B, 58.3%, C, 67.8%, or D, 81.3%. Take your best guess. And the correct answer is A, 51.7%. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, in a 2021 survey, 51.7% of adults in the US ages 18 and older reported drinking alcohol in the past month. 66.9% of adults reported drinking in the past year, and 84% reported drinking alcohol at some point in their lifetime. So we're going to test your knowledge again. The next question is, which of the following is considered one serving of alcohol? A, 12 ounces of beer, B, 5 ounces of wine, C, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof liquor, D, 8 to 10 ounces of hard seltzer, or E, all of these. Take your best guess. And the correct answer is E, all of these. So all of these are one serving of alcohol, 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof liquor, and 8 to 10 ounces of hard cider are equivalent to one serving. Now, the reason the amounts differ is because the alcohol content varies by type of drink. All of these contain about 14 grams of pure alcohol. Now, studies found a link between stress and anxiety and higher rates of alcohol use during the COVID-19 pandemic. So in 2020, the first year of the pandemic, alcohol sales increased 2.9%. While it may not sound like much, it was the largest annual increase in more than 50 years. So, according to data from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, in 2021, 23.3% of people age 18 and plus reported binge drinking in the past month. That's 23.3% of people 18 and over. With such a big increase in alcohol use, the harms increase too. So research suggests that there have been more liver transplants due to alcohol-related liver disease, more emergency care visits related to alcohol use, and a significant increase in alcohol-related traffic deaths after going down for many years before the pandemic. There is now a trend toward non-alcoholic options being more readily available for those who want to drink less or not at all. So we're going to talk more about that today. So why alcohol? What are the reasons that people drink alcohol? While obviously each person's reasons are very unique, they often fall into one or more of these categories. It may be to relax or unwind. Now, since alcohol acts on the brain as a depressant, it can feel calming, or individuals may help, it may help you feel relaxed a little bit more. Now, it may be a habit or a routine. Drinking at certain times, such as after work, while you're making dinner, or while you're watching sports on Sunday, that can become a habit. And we often associate certain foods or drinks with activities, and they just become a part of what we do. So it could be habit. And then it could be social norms, an unspoken rule of how we do things here, that many social activities include or even revolve around alcohol. Think about happy hours or drinks before dinner. Think about special events and celebrations. You've got birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, and how alcohol is often a part of that experience. Now, there can also be cultural norms around alcohol, and in some cases, it's a significant part of the culture. Think about France, or in other cultures, alcohol is not acceptable, maybe it's certain religions, etc. Now, with alcohol being part of so many social situations, if you don't drink or are looking to reduce alcohol, social settings can be especially challenging. You may feel lots of pressure to drink, which can come in a couple of different forms. You can have direct pressure, which is when someone offers you a drink, or you can have indirect pressure, and that's when a person feels tempted due to to others around them drinking. So different social pressures there as well. Now let's pause for a moment, and I want you to tune into your reasons for drinking alcohol. And there's absolutely no judgment here, okay? Um, Being aware of your actions simply just helps you be mindful about them. Then you're making a choice, and you can decide if you want to continue or if you want to do something different. So ask yourself, if or when you reach for an alcoholic beverage, what are your reasons? And maybe it's multiple of these. It could be one, it could be two, or it could be all of them. Okay. Look at this list. I enjoy the taste. It helps me feel relaxed. I want to be part of the social side of drinking. I want to feel a buzz. It's a habit or a routine. It makes me feel like I'm having fun. You crave it, or something else. It might be something totally not on this list, but think about why. And then I want you to know, if you drink alcohol more than you want to, and you have a hard time stopping or even cutting back, we're going to share some tips on what to do in a few minutes. So stay tuned. But take a moment to reflect. Now, alcohol is linked to many different health impacts. Um, Examples of long-term health impacts. More research is showing possible effects on the brain. So it's possible that alcohol might cause changes in the structure and the size of the brain and how it functions. It can affect mental health, it can affect learning, and it can affect memory. And it's linked to heart health impacts such as high blood pressure and heart disease. Now, one study showed that drinking alcohol may have effects on atrial fibrillation. It affects the liver and can lead to a variety of issues, including fatty liver, alcoholic hepatitis, fibrosis, and cirrhosis. In addition, alcohol use is linked to a higher risk of many cancers, including breast, liver, colorectal, and cancers of the mouth, throat, voice box, and esophagus. So, all not good things, okay? Examples of short-term effects. Alcohol can impact your sleep. If you have a drink later in the day, you might notice you feel sleepy at first, but then you probably don't sleep as well later on. It also includes the risk of injuries such as motor vehicle crashes, falls, and even drowning. Alcohol use may increase risky behaviors, such as violence, alcohol poisoning, risky sexual behaviors, and miscarriage or stillbirth for those who drink while pregnant. Now, alcohol contains calories as well, and those can add up. And along with added sugar that comes from the mix-ins, those calories can really add up. So that can impact your weight and overall health as well. So what's recommended? Now, overall, if you do not drink, do not start. It's not recommended that you start at all. If you choose to drink, the dietary guidelines for Americans advise moderate alcohol use. What that means is 2 drinks per day or less for men, and then 1 drink per day or less for women. This is based on those standard drink sizes that we talked about in the beginning. So 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof liquor. And then drinking less is better for your health than even staying within the guidelines. Even small to moderate amounts of alcohol can increase the risk of sleep problems, breast cancer risk, and impacts on the brain. And risks generally increase with the amount of alcohol you drink, which makes sense. If you do want to enjoy alcohol, you can still reduce your risk by having less and or drinking less often. Now, since no amount of alcohol use is risk-free, our goal is to help you understand the risks, the options, and make the right decision for you. Choosing not to drink at all is always an option. One way to include alcohol, if you choose to do so, is to reframe it as an indulgence that's just enjoyed occasionally. So that's an option as well. Now, who should drink no alcohol? Several individuals shouldn't be drinking alcohol at all. And those are people younger than 21, obviously. You need to be legal. If you're pregnant or may be pregnant, if you're driving or doing other activities that require alertness, because it does impact that, taking certain medications, or if you have certain medical conditions. And then if you're recovering from alcoholism, or if you are unable to control how much you drink, probably shouldn't drink at all. Okay, so for those who drink and you want to drink less, there are many, many ways to cut back. So first, you got to understand your reasons for drinking, like we talked about in the previous slide. Be mindful about when and why you choose to drink alcohol. Then test out not drinking with challenges like dry January or damp January. Practice saying no thanks. For some people in some situations, this can be super tricky, especially if you feel pressured. So practice ahead of time and role play what you might say. A lot of times it might just help to be holding a drink, whether it's if you're at a restaurant, maybe you have club soda with lime and you walk around holding that. Sometimes it just helps to have something in your hand, and then it takes the question away. Hey, why aren't you drinking? Or, hey, have a drink. Well, I have one right here. And most of the time, people won't even know if it's alcoholic or not. So that's another thing to do as well. Track how much you drink to better understand your starting point. So you can track on a calendar, a mobile device, an app, whatever it may be, track it, and then just see how much you're doing it. Set a goal. So for example, if you usually have 2 drinks in the evening, could you just cut back to 1 while you're cooking dinner? Maybe you normally have 2, see if you can just have 1. Pace and space. So sip slowly when you drink, or choose non-alcoholic options to reduce the amount of alcohol you drink. So for example, you might have a non-alcoholic beverage or a glass of water after each alcoholic drink, so that you're reducing the amount you have and you're slowing down your pace. Eat first. Food slows down the absorption of alcohol into your system. So you'll feel the effects of alcohol more on an empty stomach. So make sure you drink. Or sorry, make sure you eat. Avoid triggers such as people, places, or situations where you're more likely to drink. That can be hard sometimes, but if at all possible, try to avoid those situations. If you're hosting a gathering, be sure to offer those non-alcoholic options. If you're attending a gathering and you want to limit your drinking, bring your own beverage or offer to contribute non-alcoholic options at that event or gathering. And then look for those mocktails or zero proof, or ask for a non-alcoholic version when you're at a bar or a restaurant. There are countless options out there for mocktails, super fun beverages that have no alcohol but lots of flavor. So if you're doing it for the taste, mocktails are the perfect option. 3 mocktail recipes we're going to share. We've got the cantaloupe cooler, which is a very refreshing one for the summertime, those hot months. If you're sitting by the pool, relaxing, maybe you try this one out. You've got cantaloupe, orange juice, a little bit of sugar, and crushed ice. You're going to blend it all up, and it's the perfect mocktail option. And then the next one we've got is a refreshing lemonade. Again, no alcohol, but lots of flavor here. You've got lemon, water, and some sugar. Fresh ingredients, very refreshing. And then lastly, flavored water. So this one's a super easy one. You can throw in all different types of fruit, depending on your what you like, and it makes the water taste better. So you're staying hydrated and you're adding flavor to your water through fruits, and that's a great option as well. So lots of mocktails for you to try. If you would like to learn more about your personal risk, you can use the confidential CDC Check Your Drinking tool. This tool asks a few questions about your current habits so that you can kind of assess your risk, and it helps guide you through some initial action steps if you're thinking about making some changes. This tool is linked right here for you to click, so you have access for it to it. And then if you or someone you care about needs help, reach out to your Employee Assistance Program, EAP, or your healthcare provider. Other resources, Alcohol Anonymous, and then 988 Lifeline is a helpful resource when you need immediate support. So all of those things are right here for you. So what are you going to do next? Here are some ideas for some small steps this holiday season. You can try a flavorful and refreshing mocktail. I'm sure there are so many holiday mocktails out there that are festive and fun and delicious. So do a quick little search for those, and try one this season. And then maybe drink a glass of water afterwards. If you're drinking an alcoholic beverage, try a glass of water in between, or a non-alcoholic option in between to try to slow down that pace a little bit. And you're staying hydrated, so that helps as well. Look for non-alcoholic options when you're dining out. A lot of places have those non-alcoholic options these days, and they have mocktail options. So look on the menu and see if that's an option and try out one of those. Again, maybe you have one glass of wine and then you switch to a non-alcoholic. If you're wanting that second drink, try that non-alcoholic option or mocktail. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helps you. Cocktail or mocktail, it's up to you, but just know your risks, know the impacts, and hopefully that helps you make decisions in the future. So let me know if you guys have any questions, but it's been a blast this year. I hope your 2025 was amazing. 2026 is going to be even better. I just know it. So enjoy your time off, enjoy the holiday shutdown, be with family, friends, and we'll see you in the new year. Thanks, everyone.